hope you're all doing really well. Today we are going to be having a look at some of the quotes and questions and doing some examples from my new book that's being published on October 10th. This is my first copy and I actually feel really precious about it and a bit scared to draw in it. Just like the first page of a sketchbook, I always feel a little bit intimidated and a bit oh, because it's all new and nice, but this is the whole point of these books. I want them to get messy and ripped up, and I want you to really enjoy it and put your own mark in it. I do apologise if you can hear any noises. I've got a woodwork studio that's across from me in the other space, so you can hear some kind of wood sawing and things like that. But if you don't know already, my name's Almudena. I'm a multidiscipline artist based in Northumberland and Newcastle. And a lot of my work is inspired by mental ill health and mental ill health advocacy, and I'm really interested in the collaboration of mental ill health and art and those creative safe spaces where people can come along and just create art, and I'm quite interested in facilitating that, but also just being a part of it. And today, as I've said, I thought we could just look at a couple of the questions in the book and maybe a few prompts, and I might as well take you through, I don't know, some little bits of the book. But I just thought this would be a nice thing to do and a good opportunity to give you guys a look at the book and what to expect when you buy it, just because at the minute on the website you can just have a little description. There isn't much about actually what's in it and how to use it. I mean, I think at the end of the day, to be honest, I want you to use it however you feel most comfortable with, and yeah, really use it as a diary and stick stuff in it, draw all over it, really just make it your own, because that's the most important thing to me, is just you do what you want with it. And one of the main things I really like about this book is that I wanted to really tackle that stigma of the I can't draw or I'm not creative, and I think this book is really helpful for that, just because it's purely based on doodling and mark making. So it's really simplified drawing, and you're it's based on the movements that you make with the pen, the marks that you make with the pen, how you feel and how you can express that through literally scribbling. So yeah, I've marked just a couple of questions that I really like that I thought we could do today. I've also got some just spare paper that I thought I could just because sometimes I want to do a bit more of the question. I don't want to just do it once and then move on to the next thing. I thought maybe I could take it outside the book and we could have a look at how to do it, how to transfer it onto larger pieces of paper, and just how to explore with it. And just this is what I do really. So yeah, just a little gentle thing. The camera that I'm using at the minute isn't that great, and the battery life on it is really short, so this is going to not be as smooth, I think, as I would quite like, but yeah, I'm just going to go with it and it'll be fine. So you might see little jumps and little cuts, but hopefully it'll be pretty smooth. Yeah, so what I'm just going to do is that I'm just going to open it. So I maybe just go through maybe not the introduction as much, but just a little bit about intuitive drawing, and what intuitive drawing is, and maybe just go over a tiny bit of that just to give you an idea of what this book's about. So intuition is a gut feeling that connects you to your natural instinct. It is also about those sudden moments of inspiration and flashes of insight. Most importantly, for our purposes, it's a way to get in touch with your inner being, which can help you experience relief from stress and anxiety, particularly when you have powerful yet safe ways to express those emotions through a practice such as intuitive drawing. So that gives you what the basis it is of. It's intuitive drawing, but we're looking at a specific technique called the continuous line drawing, which is basically where you draw continuously without lifting your hand off the paper. So what we're gonna do is we'll jump straight in. I'm just gonna find the ones that we'll start with. So we'll do this one. I thought we could start with this one. What I might do is I'll do maybe just like a little warm up first, just to get me kind of in the mood, and then we'll kind of start from there. So the question, well, the kind of prompt is: drawing with your eyes closed can be a great way to connect with your body in the moment. Take 5 deep breaths, close your eyes, and draw anything that comes to mind across both of these pages. When you open your eyes, you may find that your drawing looks a little messy, but that doesn't matter. It will change. It will be charged with an expressive energy all of its own. So I thought we'd start with that because as well it's on a 2-page spread, and I thought that would be nice to start with. But before I jump into that, I'm going to just bring my sketchbook over, and I thought we could just do some like little like squiggles and drawings just to kind of get started. Can I zoom you right now? Perfect. So I've kind of just got like some little bits and bobs around me, different like pencils and things like that, just stuff that I kind of picked up from home. I've been really enjoying using like oils at the minute, like the texture of them, things like that, so I'm just going to grab whatever feels good. So I went for the red straight away, so I'm kind of just trying to use my intuition as best possible and just do what feels right for me. So right, we're just going to like literally draw and just follow what feels good. I'm kind of not really thinking about it as I'm doing it, I'm just going for it. So at the minute I've been debating whether or not to give up my studio space, so this is kind of like what my mind is at the minute, and I guess that can kind of come through in my drawings. So it's lots of like back and forths of thoughts of like, oh, I should probably give it up, but actually I don't want to, do I want to? So I feel like this is kind of, you can see in the motions of like that I'm doing like a bit of an infinity with like the back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So that's kind of just what I'm feeling at the minute. And then I'm going to go in, so I'm just going to grab a Posca pen, just go in with that as well, and just, you know, really just, I'm going to just have a play, and I'm just literally just warming up. You don't have to warm up, this is just, because I haven't done kind of intuitive drawing like this for a while, so I'm literally just trying to get back into it. And yeah, again, you don't have to do this at all, you can jump straight into the book if you want. I think I just feel a little bit intimidated because I haven't done it in a while. Also, with this being like the first copy of the book, I feel a bit like, ooh, I don't want to use it. Keep it clean, keep it nice, but that's not the point of it, as I said before. So I'm just going over with a purple Posca pen again, and I'm just like, literally just having a good play. I really like using Posca pens a lot. They give quite a lot of fluidity to work, and I don't know, I like them quite a bit. Might go on with like another. It's very therapeutic doing this. You feel like a bit of a kid and just like scribbling on a sketchbook. It feels really nice. So I'm just going to do one more just to like really get in the flow of things, and then I'm going to grab orange because that's just not to me. And again, just really like going with my intuition, not really thinking about it too much, and just going from there, but all again without lifting my pen off the paper. Apart from obviously when I want to change colours and things like that. With this journal, I really wanted something that was really accessible to people and just like truly just based on mark making and drawing, and not thinking too much about how it's going to look at the end, more just about enjoying the process of it and, you know, being able to reflect even on what you're doing and just, yeah, going from there. I think I'm going to go in for the blue using Posca. I'm kind of just using like just using like a mix of Posca pens at the minute and like oils. And then I'm just going to go in with some pencil, and then I'm going to kind of hold it on the side and just do this, an up and down kind of motion, like a repetitive motion of something. Oh, I quite like that, what's happened up there. Okay, so I've just done a little warm up there. I'll just show you kind of quickly. There's two little warm ups, very different, and again just like really just allowing myself just to pick what feels right and then to go from there. So I'm going to bring the book back. And what we're going to do is we're going to do this questioning. So we're going to start on this question, and I said it just before I did the little warm-ups. Again, you don't have to do the warm-ups if you don't want to. If you're feeling it right in the moment, you're happy, just go for it. So we're going to do some drawing with our eyes closed, and it's a way that we can connect with our body. So I'm just going to read it again, sorry. It just says, drawing with your eyes closed can be a great way to connect with your body in the moment. Take 5 deep breaths, close your eyes and draw anything that comes to mind across both of these pages. When you open your eyes, you may find that your drawing looks a little messy, but that doesn't matter. It will be charged with an expressive energy all of its own. So I'm going to start with this one. So I'm just going to invite you to take 5 deep breaths with me. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, but I just want to sit and connect with myself, connect with my soul and my body before I do this drawing, and like really think about the breaths that I'm taking, as well as maybe think about what I want to draw. Or, you know what, I might just let my hand move across the page and let my intuition guide it. So I'm just going to take a moment to do that, and I'll be back with you in a couple of minutes. So I've just done some deep breathing. I did some belly breathing. I did film myself doing it, but I don't know if I'll pop it on here or not, just because, I don't know, I'm not sure about that, but yeah, I forget how important just taking a moment to really deeply breathe can be really, really helpful with how you're feeling. As I said before, like I'm kind of in a bit of a weird space at the minute. I don't really know what I want to do with the studio. It's kind of causing me a lot of stress just because it's a lovely space, but again, it's like not sure financially if it's gonna be worth it at the moment, just because of where I'm at with other things. And yeah, so I feel like that will probably come across a lot in this page, but I'll talk a bit through about what I'm doing, I guess, if I feel like I can. If this is just silent, then it's just silent, but if there's any thoughts or feelings that I have, I'll share them. But I think what I'm doing, I'm going to close my eyes, and I think I'm actually going to just like, I want to go for the oils, so I am going over here. I do have my eyes closed, by the way, so I'm just going to pick up whatever one this is, and then I'm just going to start drawing. So, and just really let myself go and just feel whatever needs to be feeling. I can kind of feel the edge of the paper a little bit, so it might give me a bit of a guidance, because yeah, I'm in the refrains of the book, but I can take this out. I've still got my eyes closed. I can't really see. Obviously, I can't see what I'm doing. But I'm just trying to like move my hand to the edges of the paper, just so that like I don't go off, just because I'll lose the momentum of the continuous line, like not lifting my hand off the paper. And then I'll just finish when it feels right, to be honest. Been feeling a bit anxious recently as well, I think, just of the whole load of things, you know, so I'm trying to channel as much of that as I can. So I'm trying to press a bit, you know, use a bit of force with the paper. I always find circular motions are really handy. Okay, better stop there. Oh wow! God, that looks really interesting. That's really... Green's my favourite colour, and I swear I didn't pick this on purpose. So I've just used a Pentel pastel. Yeah, it felt like... I'm just going to talk a little bit about like what was going through my mind when I was drawing this. When I was drawing this, it generally felt like I was using like the whole sheet. Because this is quite condensed on like each page. But yeah, I really kind of like that. I might just leave that actually as it is. I was thinking about going on top with like something else, but I'm actually really happy with that. And yeah, I've enjoyed that. That's quite nice. I don't feel like I do enough of kind of like meditative drawing, if I'm being honest, where I'm really sitting with myself and just like feeling the feels, all the feels, like small and big, and yeah. You forget how things like this are important. And one thing that I really, really love about this book is that it lies flat, which I've found with like some journals that they don't, and it's really frustrating because I want to be able to like sit and not have to worry about the pages flicking or anything like that. So yeah, oh, I like that quite a lot. I'm excited to see how this looks back on the footage. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to just move on and do another one, but I'm just going to put a bit of paper in between that just so that it doesn't get messed up too much. But again, you do what you want with the pages. You might quite like if you use paint or something like that and you let it stay wet and you close it and then you reopen it, you might kind of like that the pages are stuck together a bit and it's kind of like bled and smushed around. That might kind of add to whatever it is that you're drawing. So yeah, we're gonna do another one. Oh, this is so nice. I'm really enjoying this. It's so lovely just to do something like this. It's, you know, meditative in a way, and it's like focused on yourself and yeah, all that good stuff. So I thought we could also do this one. Again, I'm just focusing on the ones that are like calm, just because that's how I want to feel at the minute, and I need a bit of calm, I think. So I'm just, there's a big mix of different prompts and little questions and things like that. I'm just choosing the next one to do, just because I've changed my mind. Because I did obviously do little post-it notes of which ones to do, but I've actually changed my mind and I want to do something different. But I just wanted to show you just another one of the questions, just because it's really nice. I'll just do a little zoom in. This one's really lovely, just as another activity for you to do. So it says, over this and the next page, draw out how you feel over the next couple of days. This might be a nice way to compare and reflect on how you felt on each day. How different and how similar are the drawings. So that is just a really lovely like example of like ways you can like really reflect on the artwork that you're doing as well, and see, because one day you could be really calm and then the next you could be really like frustrated or angry, and it could give you such a contrast in how you're feeling. Yeah, so I just wanted to show that. So I'm just going to go through and just pick another one to do, and then I'll be back and we can do another one. So this is about gratitude, obviously. It says, we could sometimes become so lost in comparing ourselves to others that we forget to appreciate what we already have. Take a moment now to draw something you're good at or that you are grateful for. And then it says at the bottom here, I do throughout the book as well, there's like lots of little like artist tips, artist quotes from me, just to kind of like help on the way if you get a bit stuck. So this says, gratitude is an important practice. It's part of being positive and creating a supportive practice in our lives. It can help us become unstuck and lessen the stress in our lives when we think of all the things that we are grateful for. So that was just by me. I mean, even I struggle with that sometimes. You know, you're on social media all the time, like you're comparing your life to other people's lives, and I think we've all probably done it at some point in our lives, but I do find like even writing a list of just things that I'm grateful for a really good way of just grounding myself and just kind of like not getting so worked up in my head, and yeah, it just really helps with that. So for this page, I think I'm actually going to try draw some like faces, and that can just be a bit of an abstract representation of like the people in my life that I'm really thankful for. So I think I'm actually going to use a biro for this, and just because, yeah, I'm just checking if it like works, as you do. So again, without lifting my hand off the paper, I'm going to use both of the pages for this and just like draw faces. This is actually how I started my illustration journey. I started with this technique called the continuous line drawing, and I started when I was at uni. I kind of went through this really in depth in my last video, but it was just having a really awful time at uni. I didn't really know if I wanted to be there anymore, and I think I found university really difficult, really inaccessible, especially because I'm not academic. I think there's a lot that they could do at university to make it more diverse for people. Anyway, that was kind of like, yeah, how this started. So I developed these faces with drawing without like lifting my pen off the paper. So I'm going to kind of go back to that and use that. But I think I'm going to start up here and I'm going to just go for it. So yeah, used to do these little faces like this. Kind of abstract. Yeah, as I was saying before, this is where my art started, with these faces. And it's kind of gone and developed into more like figurative illustration and like nature-based illustration and stuff, but I still on occasion do enjoy doing this just because it is very satisfying and because it's quite quick. Again, not thinking about it too much, but I'm just thinking about now like what I'm grateful for, and I'm very grateful for my mum. Makes me emotional to talk about it, so I'm not going to talk about it too much. But she's been a very big influence in my life in terms of like my art, and she's always really had my back through all walks of my life, my struggles through university and struggles through just life, I guess, as well. She's been a very good support system for me, which I'm eternally grateful for. And I'm really grateful for my family that I've got around me. I've got a really wonderful dad and a really lovely sister, and they're all very just supportive people, and it's just really lovely. And I've got also kind of extended family as well as kind of like my partner's family. They're all very sweet people, and they just want to help, and you know, they want to live their lives as kindly as possible, you know. And with the launch of this book, I had lots of like my partner's family messaging, being like, I've ordered a copy, and oh, you know, looking forward to reading it, I can't wait. And I love that so much, and not that I wouldn't expect anything less or anything like that, but it, you know, I don't, you know, anticipate anything like that. And if people do buy the book and stuff, it's absolutely amazing and I love it. But again, you know, you just go into things with not an expectation, I guess. And I guess that leads me on to think about like my friends as well. So I've kind of recently reconnected a bit more with an old school friend, and like that's been lovely, and she's just been like just really nice to talk to, I think, and all the lovely people that have kind of come in and out of my life, I'm always really thankful for, because they always have left a bit of a mark, like positive or negative. It still kind of makes me think more about myself, and you know, teaches. Every person who I've met has taught me something about myself, whether that is positive or negative, and that's always been really lovely. So, and I'm really, grateful for what I do. This is an amazing job, although it has its obviously low and high points, and currently I'm in a low point, but man, to be able to do art for a living is something that I don't think I'd ever thought I'd be able to do, especially something that is like full time. And I've really worked hard, I think. I think I'm allowed to say that. I've worked hard, I've worked my butt off to get to where I am, and I've done, I've really pushed myself. I try to push myself as much as I can. But yeah. Ooh. Oh, wow. I don't know, I didn't think I'd like any of the work I'd do in this book, to be honest, just because, as I said before, I was feeling a bit nervous about doing work in here, just because this is like the first copy. But yeah, I love this. So I'm going to just zoom you in to have a look. So you can see little faces here. There's a little eye, nose, mouth, eye, nose, ear, ear. So I kind of just went all over. I wish I had kind of went over this bit now, but I left it so you could see the question. And I could have gone over that bit as well, but yeah, that kind of gives you an idea of how I draw faces. But you could do this however way you want, really. And again, I have a big emphasis of like, I really want you to make this book your own, and like, if you want to stick like stickers all over it, or like, if you want to cover the front with something and like put your name on it, make it like a sketchbook, then really, I'd really push you to do that, because I just think you make this, yeah, really make this your own. So yeah, I thought as well, I just wanted to show you the comparisons. So kind of this was the first one that we did, and then this is the second one. So this is one thing that I'm really excited for about seeing other people use this book, is just seeing how other people use it, how they interpret the questions and the queries, and like how they feel about it. And yeah, I'm just really looking forward to it. And then yeah, throughout the book as well, we have like quotes from artists and like representative people. So you've got let me just find, there's one by Buddha, I believe. Yeah, so if your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. So there's lots of little quotes like that. This whole book was like such a collaborative process. It was honestly like such a lovely thing to do and to make. It's been such a journey to do, and it makes me emotional like talking about it, but it just honestly, for me, it's such a monumental achievement from somebody who is dyslexic and really struggled in school. And like, even I feel like studying art was such a struggle, really was. I always thought that like by the time I'd kind of gotten to university, that would be a bit of a weight off my shoulders, in terms of just like, right, I can now kind of do what I want and I'm really going to enjoy this. But man, I found it so difficult, and to just, I don't know, I think I was really attached to my grades, and because I really wanted to do well in the eyes of, the grading system and things like that. So I really took things personally when I didn't get the grade that I wanted, and it was really heart-wrenching. Yeah, so this is a very, monumental achievement. But I'm going to leave that here for now. Thank you so much for, joining me on this little journey, and I'll probably do more, if I'm being honest. and if you enjoy it, let me know, leave a comment, or what is it, thumbs up or what have you, and we can do some more examples. And as well, there's like a lot we can do with this where we also take it like outside the book. Oh, sorry, there's some just drawings, old drawings, but you know, we can take it outside the sketchbook, and we can take it outside the book and like work in a sketchbook and do things that are bigger. And as well, it's like you could make little zines based on the drawings that you've done in this, you know. I was thinking of maybe like making a little zine where it's kind of like, how do you feel today? And then it would be for a week. So then you have to draw in it every day for a week, doing the continuous line drawing. And then you end up with this really beautiful little book of just how you felt during the week. And you can look at it and reflect on it. So there's lots and lots of stuff we can do with this. And again, I want to make this just, I know I keep saying it, but it's like as accessible as possible to people. I'd also like to do like a giveaway as well once the book's out, so then it gives like a couple people the opportunity to win the book for free. But it is $14.99 if you're interested, and it's on Amazon as well as like a couple of other websites if you don't want to buy from Amazon. But yeah, it's out October 10th, which I believe is actually World Mental Health Day, and there'll be a lot of exciting stuff coming like from that. I think I'm doing like an exhibition, I'm doing a few talks, I'm hopefully also doing like workshops based on the drawing journal, so I'd quite like to do an online one where it'll be for free, where people can just come and like draw. They don't have to have the book, but if they want to just be part of it, that's totally fine. So yeah, it's very exciting. I'm very excited. We're very overwhelmed, but I'm really excited about it, and I'm just like very excited to share this with everyone. And again, just like, man, see what you guys do with it and how you use it. It's just going to be amazing. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed today, and yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye.